white building, it says Charles Hay and Son. Look just past that building on the right. See where that person is sitting on the wall with black trousers and a black t-shirt. Just behind that person there are two bronze statues, a man wearing a top hat and a small child. If you go over there in a Charlestown, he has an open book. Written in the book is all the crew which went on the maiden voyage to America. That is Pilgrim's Park, and that is in the area of Rotherham, south east London. If you look just in front of us on the left-hand side, ladies and gents, you're going to see another black and white pub just coming up on the left. Now this is called the Prospect of Whitby. It is the oldest pub on the banks of the river, dating back to 1520. When that pub opened its doors for business, King Henry VIII was still sat on the front. The pub was very famous for the notorious press gangs. Press gangs would wait outside the pub for young men to have a few too many to drink. As they would come stumbling out of the pub, they'd be crushed over the back of their head. They'd wake up in the morning, press ganged into the Royal Navy. Now, ladies and gents, if you keep looking on the left-hand side, directly to the left, see the apartments there with the red balconies. As we go past these apartments, look inland on our left. To the left of the tower block, there's a building with a blue roof and a red helicopter on top of it. That is the London Air Ambulance, and that is the Royal London Hospital, situated in the East End of London, in a place called Whitechapel. I'm sure you've all heard of Whitechapel. That is where the famous Jack the Ripper murders took place. Also, ladies and gents, if you look over to the left-hand side, you'll see these orange brick apartments. These apartments are built on the site of Free Trade Wharf. It takes its name, Free Trade Wharf, because during the plague of London, no ships would come up the River Thames to deliver any goods, feared of catching a plague themselves, except for one country, and that was the Dutch. So nowadays, when Dutch ships come up the river, they come up free of charge. They don't pay no port fees or anything like that. And that is also said to be where that old saying comes from, Dutch courage. Now, ladies and gents, if you are ever lucky enough to be able to afford a riverside apartment, go for an old warehouse conversion. See the building with a big crane on the front, globe wall. That's an old warehouse being converted into apartments. The walls of that building are 18 inches solid brickwork. They're far better built than any of the new apartments you see today. An easy way of telling the older buildings from the newer ones, any building built in the last 30 years has had to have a footpath built in front of it. If you look at the old warehouses, they're built right up against the river's wall. The reason they was built like that, tugs and barges would have gone right alongside the building and the crane would unload their cargo straight into the warehouse. Ladies and gents, just over to your left-hand side, there's a small entrance in the river, the Limehouse Marina. If you was to take a canal boat up through the entrance, there is over 2,000 miles of inland waterways. It would take you right the way up to Manchester. They do say that journey would take about 3 weeks to get to Manchester. We believe it could take you 3 years. There is a pub at every lock. Some people go through the entrance and they never return. If anyone else, they filmed a lot of that in the canals in London and also up in Birmingham. Now, ladies and gents, if you look in front of us on the left-hand side once again, coming up on the riverfront on our left, you're going to see two small white apartments just coming up on your left. Look just before the white apartments, there's a small brown pub. It's got 3 wooden balconies, and if you look to the top of the building, gold lettering says the Grapes. Now the Grapes has a very famous landlord, Sir Ian McKellen. For any younger people on board, that is Gandalf out of Lord of the Rings. He also lives over there on the left-hand side. His apartment is the one with the yellow statue in the garden directly on your left. Now, ladies and gents, if you look directly in front of us, you'll see the Canary Wharf complex. Now, I'm pretty sure that most people call Canary Wharf the building with the pyramid-shaped roof. That building is actually called Number 1 Canada Square. Now the area takes the name Canary Wharf because this is where ships, they used to come over from the Canary Islands and they would unload cargoes of fruit into the large docking systems on the left. Now they do say that when the fruit arrived in London, the citrus acid in oranges and lemons could cure the plague or rid people of the plague. So when the fruit arrived in London, all the churches in the area would ring their bells to let everyone know that fresh fruit had arrived. So if anyone on board is familiar with the nursery rhyme, oranges and lemons ring the bells of St. Clement's. That is where that originates from, the Great Plague of London. Now, ladies and gents, if you look to your right-hand side, you'll see Columbia Wharf. You may have noticed a lot of this word along the banks of the river, the word wharf. If anyone is wondering what that stands for, take a look at it. It stands for Warehouse at Riverfront. Warehouse at Riverfront. Now, ladies and gents, as we've just come round this next bend in the river, if you look in front of us now or either side of the road, all you're really going to see this part of the River Thames are luxury apartments. So to be honest with you, I have run out of things to talk about this part of the river. So I'm going to conclude with a guided part of the tour. Now we're going to be approaching Greenwich in about 10 minutes, and once we have Greenwich in our sights, I will pick the commentary back up. I'll tell you all the things you can see and do in Greenwich, and also the returning boat times within our service today. As I finish up, just a short word about the commentaries. As I said earlier on the tower, you can probably tell anyway that I'm not a professional tour guide. I'm actually the captain on board this boat. My main job is to get you from A to B as safely as possible. Now we do the commentaries hopefully to make the journey a little bit more enjoyable and hopefully even interesting along the way. If anyone did listen to the commentary, if you did enjoy it and you may like to show an appreciation, you can do so in the old traditional manner. In a couple of moments we'll pass around amongst you with the captain's commentary buckets. It's just a little tip bucket and that is for any appreciation that you might like to show. Please feel free, ladies and gents, to drop a couple of bob into the bucket, what you may feel my few words have been worth. For anyone who may not know what a couple of bob is, just an old English word. For its £10 notes. All jokes aside, folks, there is one thing I'd like to thank you all for, and that is your very kind attention on our journey. Thank you very much. Thanks, folks.
அவர் அந்த பேசினவரை வருவார் பிச்சுக்காரு
அவர் இல்ல அவர் அந்த கமெண்டேட் பண்ணாரு அவர்
எங்க தானே சங்கா
தெரியாது எனக்கு
இவ்வளவு பேர் இருக்காங்க. இதுல ஒரு 50 பேர் இருந்தா 50 பேரும் ஒரு ரூபா போட்டாலும் 50 ரூபா அவருக்கு 20 நிமிஷத்துல 50 பவுன்.
அவ்வளோத்தையும் வீசுங்க. இல்லை எல்லாத்தையும் வீசுங்க. வீசுங்க.
இந்த கப்பல்ல எத்தனை பேர் இருப்பாங்க நார்மலா? 100 பேர் இருந்தா
எங்கன்னு சொல்றானோ இல்ல என்ன இவ்வளவு சந்தோஷம்
லிசன் கீழே அட்டோன் இருக்கு.
நீ இட்டு வா, நீ இந்த பக்கம் அப்பாட கையில அப்பா இல்லைன்ற
இந்த அவர் கொடுங்க ஒரு ரூபா எல்லாரும். அவர் கமெண்ட்ரி பண்ணது. ஓ இவன் கமெண்ட்ரி பண்ணதுக்கு இவனுக்கு
கொடுங்க. கொடுத்தீங்க
கொடுத்துட்டாங்க.
அவ்வளோ எல்லாம் எல்லாரும் போட மாட்டாங்கக்கா. ஓ 50 பேர் பார்த்தா 10 பேர் தான் போடுவாங்க. அவ்வளோ இவ்வளோ ஒரு உட்காது வாய் வலிக்க இருக்கும். எங்கட ஒரு சாப்பிட்டு தேங்க்ஸ் பண்ணுறது இதுதான் வந்து போடு பாவம் தான்.
ஒரு நாளைக்கு எவ்வளவு கிடைக்கும்?
அப்ப நீ செய்.
இந்த ஷிப் மட்டும் இல்ல. ஓ இவர் ஒரு நாளைக்கு ட்ரிப் எத்தனை ஷிப் போகுது இல்லையா?
உங்களோட சேனல்
இல்ல நான் சொல்றேன் ஒரு நாளைக்கு ஒரு 50 அந்த கப்பல் போகுது. அதுல 100 பீப்புள் இருப்பாங்க.
அது சரி. ஆனா அதுல எல்லாரும் கொடுக்க மாட்டாங்க. அவனுக்கு ஒரு 10 பேர் எல்லாம் கொடுத்தாங்களா? 8-10 பேர் தான் கொடுத்தாங்க. அதான் சொல்றாங்க.
கீழேயும் கொடுப்பாங்க மேலேயும் கொடுப்பாங்க.
அவ்வளோ இதுல பாருங்க அவனோட சன்காசு இருக்கான்னு.
பாபா கொஞ்சம் தள்ளுங்க அந்த தண்ணியை தள்ளு காலை கொஞ்சம் தள்ளுங்க துர்கா. துர்கா எங்கிட்டு வாங்க. துர்கா அங்க தள்ளி உட்காரு. ஓ டீச்சர் பேக்ல
முடிய போது
இங்க பாரு தண்ணிய கீழே பேசாத. இந்த கீழே தண்ணிய பாரு. ஹாய் மக்களே வணக்கம். இன்றைக்கு நாங்கள் போட்டில் போய் கொண்டிருக்கோம். அப்படிலாம் ஒன்றும் வராது. இந்த நீலி ஃபினிஷ் நாங்கள் இறங்க போகிறோம் ஸ்டாப்பில். குதிக்கிறீங்களா கீழே? ஃப்ளைட் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் நல்லா இருக்கா, போட் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் நல்லா இருக்கா? நிதேஷ், போட் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் நல்லா இருக்கு, ஃப்ளைட் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் நல்லா இருக்கு? ஃப்ளைட்டா? ஃப்ளைட்டில் கேம் எல்லாம் இருக்குது தானே அந்த இதில்? ஸ்ரீலங்காலேருந்து இந்தியாவுக்கு போகிறதுக்கு போட் இருக்கு. ஒட்டிக்கிட்டு பார்க்க கூடாது, ஒட்டிக்கிட்டு பார்க்க கூடாது இல்லையா? நான் அவ்வளோ கேட்டேன் தனுஷ் எனக்கு கைக்கு துளசி எவ்வளோ கைக்கு தரலையா அவரு? சாப்பாடு நான் சாப்பிடுவே இல்லை. நானும் தெரியல தக்ஷதான் கொஞ்சம் தள்ளுங்களா? பாருங்க பாருங்க. பாருங்க தண்ணிய.
Ladies and gents, approaching just in front of us on the right you can see a large cruise liner. It only just arrived in London yesterday into Greenwich. We do quite often get lots of cruise liners come into Greenwich. They'll stay here probably for about 3 or 4 days, exchange some passengers, and then they'll head back out to somewhere a little bit more exotic. Folks, as you can see though, it is quite a large cruise liner. Now a little bit further downriver, about another 2 miles down the river, we have the Thames flood barrier. Now if you remember earlier on, when we come through Tower Bridge, the centre arch of Tower Bridge, that is the same width as the Thames barrier. So you imagine that cruise liner going through Tower Bridge, there wouldn't be a lot of room. So when it come through the barrier, it probably would have only had about 4 or 5 feet clearance either side.
இது எப்படி எடுத்துக்கொண்டு வருவாங்க கப்பல்ல கடல்ல இருந்து?
61 meters wide.
இது கடலுக்கு போதா?
It's the centre arch of Tower Bridge. Just in front of us now, ladies and gents, along the river front, you'll see the 2 large white buildings. These are the old Royal Naval Yards of Greenwich. That is where the Navy was trained.
அது பாரு, அந்த சின்ன டோர் ஒன்னால தான் மாறுவாங்க வெளியில.
Situated directly behind those buildings, that is where you will find the Maritime Museum. It's free of charge to enter. It is still voted one of the finest maritime museums anywhere in the world.
அதுக்கு பேர் தான் நங்கூரம். அந்த இருக்கு நங்கூரம். ஆங்கர் அந்த இருக்கு, அதுக்கு பேர் சொல்றது நங்கூரம். அந்த ஆங்கர் இந்த போட்டு கப்பல் நிப்பாட்டுறாங்க. அந்த பிரேக். To give you an indication how quick that is, we're currently doing
our best speed, we are doing 7 knots. So 17 knots for a ship that size, purely under sail, it is very impressive. Also in Greenwich, ladies and gents, there are 3 antique markets. There's over 45 pubs, loads of restaurants. Now, ladies and gents, if you have a return ticket in our service and a little bit of time, we would highly recommend to leave the boat at Greenwich and go and have a little look around. Greenwich is a really lovely place. There is so much to see there. Now, we have boats going back every 30 minutes throughout the day. If anyone would like to go straight back, you're more than welcome to stay on this boat. We're due to leave immediately. We was due to leave at 20 to 2, so we're going to be about 5 minutes behind our schedule. After us, boats are every 30 minutes, so boats leave Greenwich 10 past the hour and 20 to the hour throughout the day. The last returning boat will leave at 10 past 6. So once again, 10 past the hour and 20 to the hour throughout the day. The last boat will leave at 10 past 6. Folks, if you are leaving us, take this time, have a little look around where you've been sitting. Make sure you got all your belongings. Don't leave anything on the boat which will spoil your day. Just be careful, folks, when you step from the boat and onto the pier. We hope you enjoy your day here in Greenwich. Maybe we'll see you a little bit later on this afternoon. Thanks very much, folks. Thank you.
Yes, leave it. காத்து யாருமே வரல, நான் ஒரு ஆள்சிலே வரல. நல்ல அவங்க வெயிட் பண்றாங்க. ஓ, அட்டாச் பண்ணுவாங்க. இப்போ இந்த கப்பலை கொண்டு போயிடாதுல. துளசி பேக் போடுங்க, இறங்க போகிறோம். இறங்குறதோட பின்னெல்லாம் வீசுங்க துளசி. பரிசு கையெடுங்க. நீங்கள் வெளியே வர வரைக்கும் இதில் வெயிட் பண்ணுறேன். நீங்கள் வெளியே வாங்க. சரி வா. போயிட்டு அடிச்சு என்ன செய்ய போகிறேன்? உனக்கு தான் அடிப்பேன். ஓ, ஏன் தொலைக்கிறான்? கிளாஸஸ் போட போகிறோம். அப்போ எனக்கு எவ்வளோ கேடு? எனக்கு தான் கையில் வச்சுக்கலாம். துளசி, நான் சொன்னேன் உனக்கு கப் கீழே விழுந்துருக்குது.
So there you go, ladies and gents. We're now safely alongside Greenwich. Make sure you got all your belongings and be careful as you step off the boat to the pier. Thanks very much, folks.
A station.
This is Danish. You are not. Okay. Durga is a good
leaving the top deck, you can use the other set of stairs as well.
the building.
If you just go that way and turn left, so you can go both sides.
நீங்க வந்து ஸ்ரீகாந்துக்கு சொல்லுங்க.
It's only plastic. It's just glass. That's why if you have plastic, you can. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Careful going down the stairs.
கீழே அப்படியே கடலுக்கு போகணும். ஸ்விம்மிங் தெரியல. தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச். பாய் பாய் ஷிப்.